What's poppin', dogs? Mr. Allen here with some converting to degrees, minutes, seconds from degrees, and converting to degrees from degrees, minutes, seconds. So for degrees, minutes, seconds, okay, we've got 60 minutes in 1 degree and 60 seconds in 1 minute, just like time. Degrees can be really whatever they want. All right, so to figure this out, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take, I've already got the 87, right? So I got the 87 degrees. I need to figure out the minutes and seconds for my decimal. So I'm going to take the decimal here, the 0.563, so 0.563. I'm going to multiply it by 60, all right? That's going to tell me how many minutes I have. So 33 minutes, 33 minutes. And then I'm going to take that decimal, the 0.78, so 0.78 times 60 to get my seconds. We get 46.8. So we'll say 46.8 seconds. Some teachers may say round to the nearest second, so 47 seconds, but this would be, more exact this way with that 10th decimal place there of the seconds. But that's about it, man. We're just going to multiply the decimal by 60, multiply the leftover decimal of that one by 60 as well to get our seconds. All right, so let's try the next one here. I already know it's going to be 42 degrees. Now I got to get my minutes and seconds. So we'll take that 0.681, multiply it by 60. I get 40.86, so 40 minutes. And then the 0.86. And if it was like a really crazy decimal here, you could always subtract 40 to isolate the decimal if you didn't want to retype it all, right? And I'll multiply that by 60. So just another little tip there. You don't have to do it with the 0.86. Not a big deal to type it, but if it was like, woo, then you might want to do that. So you get 51.6. So 51.6 seconds. There we go. So we went from degrees to degrees, minutes, seconds. That's something that you're going to see a lot on like lines of latitude, on the earth. All right. Next one here. We got to go to degrees now. How do I do that? Well, to get my minutes, I multiply the decimal by 60, right? The inverse operation of multiplication is division. So I want to divide my minutes by 60 here. What do I do to my seconds then? Well, after multiplying by 60 here, I multiply by 60 again. In other words, I would divide this one by 60 squared. But how do we put this all together in our calculator? Well, if I were to do 98 plus 24 over 60 plus 32 over 60 squared, or 3600, that would do the trick, my friends. So let's do that. 98 plus, and then I'm going to hit alpha x. That's my fraction button, okay? 24, arrow down. We get 60, arrow over, plus alpha x again, alpha xt theta. Or you can hit y equals and you get the fraction button. We're going to have 32, arrow down, 3600 or 60 squared. Hit enter. Oh, that's unfortunate, right? So when you use the fraction button instead of division, it's going to put it into a fraction for you if it can. Now, to get out of that fraction, you could hit the math button, arrow down to decimal, and it will convert it to a decimal for you, okay? Otherwise, we can type it in with division. We'll do that on the next one, all right? So let's see here, 98 point, we got what, 408, so 41 degrees. Depending what they ask you to round to, 1 or 2 decimal places, it's probably fine. All right, next one. So for this one here, we're going to do the same kind of thing. This is interesting here, right? 82, that's bigger than 60. So this could have also been written as 28 degrees. Oops, 28 degrees. And then 22 minutes, 44 seconds, right? So however you do it here in this one, it's really not going to matter. Whatever one we type in with, it's going to give you the same result. But we'll use the original here. So 27 plus, then we have, I'm just going to do 82 over 60 and not do the fraction, plus 44 over 3600. And that will go right to a decimal. Whereas if I did the 27 plus, and then I get the 82 over 60 plus 44, oops, alpha x, 44 over 3600. See how I get the fraction there? And I have to hit the math decimal. It doesn't look as pretty typing it in with all the but it does save you a little step there. You get the same answer. It doesn't really matter. We get 28.378.38 degrees. Now, let's double check. Would we have gotten the same thing here with that previous green one? I'm pretty sure. 28 plus 22 divided by 60 plus 44 divided by 3600. Oh, my goodness. Whole bunch of ways to get this answer. But there we go, guys. We got ourselves some nice converting back and forth. This is the part that I think a lot of kids forget is like the 60 squared. It's because you're dividing by 60 twice when you're in your seconds. You got 60 seconds in a minute, right? 60 minutes in a degree. 60 squared. Enough with the 60s. I will see you guys later.